The Rams just made a statement the entire NFL heard loud and clear. A blowout win over the Buccaneers, the #1 seed in the conference, and a performance so complete it's forcing the league to ask one question. Is Los Angeles the best team in football right now? Add in a fresh contract extension for a key player, and this is officially one of the biggest weeks of the Rams season. If you're ready for real football analysis, no hype, no fluff, hit that like button and subscribe. We break down every angle, every matchup, every truth the national media doesn't bother to explain. And after a win like this, there's a lot to talk about. Let's start with the headline. The Rams absolutely dominated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a way that wasn't luck, wasn't situational, and wasn't fluky. This was execution, coaching, discipline, and talent all firing at the same time. From the first possession, it was clear the Rams came in with a plan to attack Tampa's weaknesses while flexing their own strengths. The offense was sharp, decisive, and aggressive. The defense played with an edge we haven't seen in weeks. And special teams didn't give up a single momentum-shifting mistake. That's how you win by a wide margin on the road against a quality opponent. The offense deserves a ton of praise. Matthew Stafford played one of his most efficient games of the year, calm in the pocket, confident in his reads, and pinpoint accurate down the field. He didn't force throws, he dictated the game. The Bucs defense couldn't speed him up, couldn't confuse him, and couldn't rattle him. This version of Stafford is the one opposing defensive coordinators dread, the one who can spread the ball, attack mismatches, and punish every coverage rotation. The run game was just as impressive. Physical, balanced, and situationally perfect. The offensive line created movement, sealed edges, and held up against a Tampa front that normally thrives on overwhelming backfields with interior penetration. When the Rams can run with purpose, everything else in the offense becomes exponentially harder to defend. Play action opens up, motion becomes a weapon, the entire scheme breathes. And then there was the receiver room, which might be entering its best stretch of the season. Crisp routes, sure hands, smart adjustments, and yards after the catch. You could see the chemistry. They weren't just running plays, they were anticipating Stafford's timing, reading leverage, and breaking off routes with perfect timing. This looked like a unit in sync, and that's dangerous for anyone standing across from them. But as good as the offense was, the defense may have been even better. The Rams overwhelmed the Buccaneers' offensive rhythm from the opening whistle. The pass rush was ferocious, relentless pressure, excellent contained discipline, and timely blitzes that forced bad throws. The young defenders played with confidence, not hesitation. The veterans cleaned up the middle of the field and communicated at a high level. It felt like every snap was contested, every lane was squeezed shut, and every passing window shrank faster than the Bucs could process it. The secondary deserves special recognition. They tackled well, closed space quickly, and won contested catches. The Rams didn't give up cheap explosives, didn't fall for misdirection, and didn't allow Tampa to dictate matchups. It was textbook complementary football. When the pass rush wins, the secondary looks even better. And this week, both levels played off each other perfectly. And while the win itself was huge, the Rams added another important piece of news, a contract extension for a key contributor. Locking in core talent during a season when you're contending is the ultimate sign of organizational stability. It shows trust in your players, belief in your culture, and a commitment to continuity. This front office isn't just building for this year, they're building an identity that can last. All of this brings us to the biggest storyline of the week. With this victory, the Rams move into the #1 seed. Think about the journey it took to get here. Injuries, tough early matchups, close games that could have derailed momentum but didn't. Development from young players who were thrown into the fire. Veteran leadership stepping up when it mattered. Coaching adjustments that turned weaknesses into strengths. And now, with December arriving, the Rams are playing their cleanest, sharpest, most complete football of the season. But with that top seed comes a new kind of pressure, expectations. The league is watching. Analysts are starting to change their tone. Teams that overlook the Rams early in the year are now circling them on the schedule. Being number one brings responsibility, consistency, discipline, and an understanding that every opponent will treat you like their measuring stick. If the Rams want to stay on top, they have to keep playing with the same hunger that got them there. So let's zoom out for a moment. What does this win really mean? It means the Rams are officially a contender, not a sleeper, not a maybe, a contender. The offense is hitting stride, the defense looks revived, the coaching staff is in rhythm, the locker room has energy, and the roster just added long-term security with the extension announcement. This is the sweet spot every team hopes to find heading into the final stretch. And yet, the message inside the building is probably simple. Don't get comfortable. One seed today doesn't guarantee anything tomorrow. But if the Rams continue to clean up the details, continue to develop young talent, and continue to dominate situational football, they won't just be the best team in the NFC, they'll be the most complete team in the NFL. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a like, leave your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed for non-stop Rams content all season long. Stay locked in, enjoy the ride, and I'll see you in the next one.